Investment in Wind Energy (GEA) head. Government selects potential partner to monetize gas resources. 40 indigenous women now equipped to enhance maritime security. And Indian University to invest US $1.2 million in startup businesses for gold graduates. Now for the news in detail. The government is exploring investment opportunities in wind energy, with the Guyana Energy Agency actively collecting data at LEGUAN Island in Region 3, Essequibo Islands, West Demerara. This was disclosed by head of the Guyana Energy Agency, GEA, Mahendra Sharma, during a recent meeting of the Parliamentary Sectoral Committee on Economic Services, where he also disclosed that similar plans are underway for the east coast of Demerara. But according to Sharma, this data collection activity will take some time before an investment decision is made. Here's what he had to say.
Guyana, we've been looking at wind for some time. The coast of Guyana generally is favorable, but the wind speeds are not as attractive as we want them. But what has happened on the technological front is that turbines have become more efficient at converting that energy from the wind power to electricity. So we've been looking at this, and GEA has established and is actively collecting wind data. The difference is that wind, you really need to spend at least 12 months to collect that data before you can make an investment decision. And that involves acquiring a wind measuring tower, anemometers at multiple levels, and collecting that data consistently over a 12-month period. And it is on that basis then you can make a decision on the level of wind insertion. So we're doing this. We're about to set up one on the East Coast, and we have already started collecting some wind data at LEGUAN, actually. And we believe that that could be a site for wind opportunities.
The Guyana government is moving in full steam to monetize the country's gas resources, and Vice President Dr. Barry Jagdeo has disclosed that a company has already been shortlisted as a potential investment partner. Kelroy Williams reports.
We tested the market. We went out for expression of interest. They have had some really good, strong firms with good credentials now that said, we believe there is a viable project and we want to work on it. And these are big, very powerful firms that can find maybe the 10 to 15 billion US dollars that you will need to invest in that strategy. When I say 10 to 15 billion US dollars, that's about twice as much as our total savings Guyana in the banking system. So it's a lot of money. So they have selected a company now, the evaluators, and I think it may have gone to the cabinet.
That was Vice President Dr. Barry Jagdeo speaking about plans to monetize Guyana's gas resources. Once Cabinet approves the company, the next step would be to tripartite engagement between the selected firm, government, and oil major ExxonMobil on a potential project to monetize the gas.
We believe we can monetize our gas. We can do it through various sources. We can ship it out through LNG, floating platform. That's one option. We can bring the gas on shore through a bigger pipeline, not the 12-inch, and then use it to generate power to sell into Brazil, because they're buying a lot of their power in northern Brazil from Venezuela. That's a very lucrative venture. We can then use it for petrochemical industry. So we believe that there is big use for the gas.
With this drive to push gas development, government has already informed ExxonMobil that they would have to relinquish the gas fields.
We said, if you're now moving forward, you got to relinquish. So they now did some studies, and they said, we believe we may be able to move forward with a project. But they are doing additional work to understand the quantity of gas, the proving of the reserves. Our position holds, if they don't want to go forward with a project on this, and there are others who may be willing to do it on their own, they'd have to relinquish it. They'd have to relinquish it. We can't have this lost opportunity there.
Earlier this week, it was reported that ExxonMobil's drill program in Guyana for this year includes further appraisal of 2 well sites to gauge the commercial potential for gas in the Haimara field offshore. For the evening news, Kelroy Williams.
The Dr. Irfan Ali-led government has committed to helping riverine communities along the Demerara River, not only in transporting their goods, but in the actual production of agriculture and finding markets for their produce. Here are the details. During a visit on Saturday to Sandhill Village in the Demerara River, President Dr. Irfan Ali and other government officials held discussions with the residents there. President Ali assured the residents that the government is committed to helping them achieve their agricultural potential. He spoke of helping them to establish an agro-type ecotourism product that would cater to visitors.
One of the things that we have to do in this community is to get the Ministry of Tourism to come in here and work with you in establishing a facility, that small, boutique type of facility that is high value. So we have to work, especially with the young people and women in this community, in setting up such a facility that is driven by solar energy, that is sustained by its own food production. So when visitors come, they get a total experience, agro type of ecotourism, and you're very close to a large market, and that this can have tremendous potential.
With that in mind, President Ali urged them to give these plans some consideration and work with the Ministry of Agriculture. The head of state also laid out the government's plans to enhance the transportation system for produce along the river.
For the Demerara River, there are 4 communities I'm visiting today. Sandhills, Lowood, Dora, Savannah's Russ, and then of course I'm going to Linden. So for the Demerara River, what we want to do also is to look at these cargo boats, like the snapper style boats that can carry a large amount of cargo, and to see whether we can invest in 2 of those boats for the river, and then you guys can maintain the boat. So all you have to do as the farmers is ensure that you work on the maintenance of the boat.
Meanwhile, Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa also informed the residents of the assistance they would be receiving. For instance, he explained that government would help them to find markets, among other things.
We will help you. We will ensure that we support you, give you the necessary support. And the most important thing, when you produce these things, you have to find market for it. And that we are working with the farmers now to get market, the new GMC. So you don't have one item or one component coming to you from the Ministry of Agriculture. We have it all wrong, every single thing. We help you to give you the necessary resources. We're giving you the necessary, help you to teach you how to do the best practices. When you produce it also, we are finding market for your produce.
Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News. In a significant boost to Guyana's disaster response preparedness, the Civil Defense Commission has received a donation of flood response equipment from the People's Republic of China to the tune of US $100,000. Luana McAllister tells us more.
The Civil Defense Commission on Friday received vital flood response equipment from the People's Republic of China, valued at $100,000. The donation includes 2 Agro Aurora 950 Hunt Masters, 8x8 amphibious vehicles, 4 14-foot aluminum boats, and 4 Mercury outboard engines. At the handover ceremony at the CDC headquarters in Thomas Lands, Chinese Ambassador to Guyana Guo Haiyan and Prime Minister Brigadier retired Mark Phillips were present, along with representatives from local suppliers who will also maintain the equipment. PM Phillips highlighted the strong relationship between Guyana and China, acknowledging previous support during the El Nino season. He noted that the new resources will be developed strategically.
China has been a significant development partner to Guyana, and in all sectors we continue to benefit from this relationship between the People's Republic of China and the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, whether it be medical, infrastructure development, training, capacity building, and here, as you heard, in improving our disaster management capability.
Meanwhile, Ambassador Hyen highlighted the capabilities of the donated equipment and stressed the importance of this contribution to Guyana's disaster management efforts.
I'm happy that the Chinese donation can play a role can contribute to the prevention and mitigation of local measures. The drought and flood remind us that climate change is a severe challenge that all nations, all people are facing, and it's urgent for us to work together. China attaches great importance to the partnership with Guyana in response to climate change. Cooperation and interaction has already been established. In future, China is willing to deepen our cooperation with Guyana.
With the La Nina season on the way, consistent rainfall is expected, increasing the risk of flooding across the country. In this regard, residents are urged to stay vigilant and report any flood-related impacts to the local authorities or the National Emergency Monitoring System at 600-7500. Lawanda McAllister for the Evening News.
Stay with us. More news ahead.
What flavors does Oreo have around the world?
Oreo peanut butter.
Let me see. Oreo cajeta.
Here comes Oreo around the world, the promo that takes you on a family trip to taste the Oreo flavors available in Paris, New York, Mexico, or Rome. Register your packages at oreopromo.com.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
What flavors does Oreo have around the world?
Oreo peanut butter.
Let me see. Oreo cajeta.
Here comes Oreo around the world, the promo that takes you on a family trip to taste the Oreo flavors available in Paris, New York, Mexico, or Rome. Register your packages at oreopromo.com.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. A total of 40 indigenous women from regions 7 and 9 are now equipped to work and enhance Guyana's maritime sector. The women, who graduated on Friday through the locally owned Atlantic Alliance Maritime and Offshore Training Institute of Guyana, is the second cohort of individuals to receive scholarships from the Office of the First Lady. Trishelle Sobers tells us more.
The Maritime Training aligns with the Guyana government's efforts to promote gender equality and empower all women and girls, which is a crucial aspect of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2030. As a result, the women were able to gain knowledge about technical procedures critical for maritime preparedness and safety, including elementary first aid, firefighting, personal survival techniques, personal safety and social responsibility, and emotional intelligence training. During a brief address at the graduation ceremony held at State House on Friday, First Lady Arya Ali lauded the women for completing the rigorous training, noting that the program will position them to take up crucial roles in the sector. On this point, she further disclosed that some 200 women will be trained through the institute by the end of 2024, as her office works to increase the number of women in hard-scale industries.
Training like these are important because they serve a national purpose. You must also appreciate the fact that in the coming years, you will no longer be competing only with Guyanese for specific categories of jobs. As our country becomes a more attractive place to live and work, competition in the labor market will naturally increase, attracting labor migrants from all over the world. However, holding these regionally accredited certifications in two distinct areas of safety practices place you ahead of the curve.
Also present at the graduation ceremony was Public Works Minister Juan Agil, who commended the First Lady and her team for always spearheading the growth of women, especially those in far-flung communities. According to Agil, women currently make up 54% of the local maritime sector.
This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. The Madam First Lady has offered you an opportunity to get through a door that was sometimes closed, to get through a challenge that could have been difficult, to give you an opportunity. Be grateful and be appreciative of it, but what you do with it from now will be determined by you. The efforts that you make, there's still lots more to go. There's a distance we all have to go. We look forward to seeing some of you as captains. We want to see some of you as engineers, some of you as third engineers. We want to see you on board. We want to see you making a difference.
He added that the administration will also continue to break barriers, hindering the elevation of indigenous people, especially as it relates to maritime and civil aviation. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
India-based Jain Group of Universities and Industries has announced an investment of a whopping US $1.2 million to support business startup for students graduating from the Guyana Online Academy of Learning Gold Scholarship Initiative. Michael Henry has more in this report.
Following the graduation of some 1,712 students from the Guyana Online Academy of Learning Scholarship Initiative, India-based Jain Group of Universities and Industries has announced an investment of a whopping $1.2 million to support businesses, the graduands. In making the announcement at the graduation ceremony on Friday, Chancellor and Chairman of Jain, Dr. Chenraj Roy Chan, urged the 2024 Gold graduating class to consider pursuing a future in entrepreneurship.
On behalf of India, on behalf of Jain University, I pledge myself $1.2 million for incubation, for the startups, for those who want to start business, all the Gold students who are present here. I'll send my team here. I'll send my team, professors and team here to come out with your startup ideas, and we would like to invest in your business. Start small and become a $10 million, $20 million, $30 million. You can export ideas, you can export products, you can export services, finance, accounting, technology, machine learning, artificial intelligence, supply chain, logistics management, any other models what you have in your mind.
According to the Indian businessman, over the years, he has helped to create some 5,000 entrepreneurs through the university and now wants to double this figure in Guyana.
We are going to create an accelerator program for online for all the Gold students, and it is my commitment that in 10 years, Guyana has at least 10,000 entrepreneurs to show the economic growth and add 20% or 5% of GDP to the country. Also, I lend you an online hybrid program, PhD program, continuing program without coming to India. Especially I have designed for all of you, which I will ensure that through this PhD you come out with patents, you come out with ideas and come out with the startup business incubation ideas.
Jain University is one of the universities with which the Guyana government is collaborating to provide scholarships for bachelor's degrees, master's and doctorates to Guyanese through the Gold program. Michael Henry, The Evening News.
The valedictorian for the 2024 cohort of the Guyana Online Academy Gold program is encouraging others desirous of elevating their academic pursuits to give the initiative a try. noting that despite the challenges, over 1,700 have successfully graduated. Meanwhile, President Dr. Irfan Ali also delivered a powerful message to the graduates, urging them to view this achievement as a new beginning, marking a fresh start in their academic and lifelong journeys. Here's Michael Henry again with the details.
You today are in a better place to shape what will drive your future. Whether a positive mindset will drive your future, or whether the experiences of the past would allow you to limit yourself, or whether today, in this moment of pride, you take a few seconds and charter your life forward. That's not my decision. That is not your university decision. That is your decision.
Those were remarks by President Dr. Irfan Ali during Friday's graduation of the Guyana Online Academy of Learning. According to President Ali, the graduates must see this opportunity as a new beginning, highlighting the government's significant investment into the project to improve the nation as a whole. He emphasized that the only way to stay ahead of the competition that will come about as various persons from around the world would like to spread their wings in Guyana is by continuing their academic efforts.
Your country has invested in you. For the more than 1,000 of you here today, your country has invested more than $1.5 billion. Your conscience must take you to a higher level. You are not bounded by a contract any longer. Your country has given you her worth without contracting you to her. Because your country believes that your conscience must be contracted to her. And your conscience must, in this moment of pride, answer a few questions. How am I going to reward my country?
Meanwhile, the valedictorian Rohani Biram echoed President Ali's sentiments, stating that she had faced rough waters but had overcome them.
2 years ago, we embarked on this journey with a shared goal, eagerly awaiting the day it would come to an end, and now it has. I can see the relief and happiness on all our faces because we all know it was not a walk in the park. Many people try to break our spirits with their negativity and doubts, but we made it despite all the challenges thrown our way.
Highlighting a crucial point in her life when her beloved mother passed away mere months ago, she relayed that it has been one of great loss, but she knows her mother will always be with her, just as how her degree will always be with her.
She was always there from day one, staying up with me until midnight during finals and keeping my company. She would turn on her ZTV serials at low volume until I tell her, "Ma, you can raise it a little louder, that's okay," just to keep my company. Even after staying up so late, she would already have her day started by the time I took my very first turn the next morning. She always had that faith in me and believed I'd be standing here today even before I did. And even though she's not physically here with me today and is probably rocking away on Lord Christian's swing somewhere in heaven, she will always be in my heart, and her teachings and values that she instilled will always be a part of who I am and will remain with me until my last, just like this master's degree.
1,712 students ranging from young adults, single parents, mothers and fathers have graduated from the GOAL initiative that the government has invested billions of dollars in since 2021 when the program was launched. In the 2024 budget, some $4 billion was allocated to the initiative. I am Michelle Henry, reporting for The Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Sunday, May 26, 2024 at 4 hours for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is expected to be closed at 5 hours 40 on Sunday, May 26, 2024, also for 1.5 hours.
ExxonMobil kickoff moved to May the 27th, and tremendous World Cup trophy tour concludes. Details of these stories coming up in the Sportscast, sponsored by McCorp.
What flavors does Oreo have around the world?
Oreo peanut butter.
Let me see. Oreo cajeta.
Here comes Oreo around the world, the promo that takes you on a family trip to taste the Oreo flavors available in Paris, New York, Mexico, or Rome. Register your packages at oreopromo.com.
Moving, lifting, or bending, whatever the job, we at Sylvie's Variety Store have the right tools to make it happen. Pallet jacks and hand trucks for bonds and industrial sites, easy pickup and convenient maneuvers. Chain hoist from Roughneck and Northern Industrial, the perfect solution to lifting heavy objects. And then there's the 12-ton and 16-ton hydraulic pipe benders from 1/2 to 2 inch. We also stock the shop press machine from Northern Industrial. Sylvie's Variety Store stocks the tools to make it happen.
What flavors does Oreo have around the world?
Oreo peanut butter.
Let me see. Oreo cajeta.
Here comes Oreo around the world, the promo that takes you on a family trip to taste the Oreo flavors available in Paris, New York, Mexico, or Rome. Register your packages at oreopromo.com.